Hi, John Chapin with the latest sales tip. And today's sales tip is all about communicating more effectively, both at work and elsewhere. So most problems and complaints in sales and in relationships in general are a result of poor communication. Poor communication usually boils down to either miscommunication or a lack of communication. So with that in mind, here are 13 steps to ensure you communicate more effectively. Step 1, have a clear objective for your communication. The key in this first step is to stop and think about what message you're trying to convey and how you can maximize the result of your communication. Step 2, decide what form of communication is most appropriate. Is it more appropriate to communicate verbally or through written means? Should the communication be in person? Should you pick up the phone? Or can you simply send an email? As a general rule, the more important it is, the more it should be in person. If not in person, video second best, phone's third. If the message is simply informational or it's low importance, it can be delivered via email or other written forms. Step 3, prepare for your communication. Make sure you have all your facts straight and decide what you want to say. Prioritize the various points and put them in order from most important to least important. In addition to preparing your communication, prepare for how your communication will be received. What are the possible reactions and how will you respond to those reactions? Step 4, be concise and specific. Use as few words as possible while still being detailed. Include the who, what, where, why, how, and under what conditions. For example, instead of saying, go to the store and get some apples, say, go to the specific name of the store and get me 6 Macintosh apples. Step 5, decide whether you should deliver the message yourself or delegate it. When you ask someone else to deliver the message for you, your message will not have the same meaning if you deliver it yourself. It may be only slightly different, but it will be different. In addition, you may give the recipient the impression that they're not important enough for you to take your time out personally to deliver the message. So you want to gauge the importance of the message. If it's important, deliver it yourself. If it isn't important, it's not a major importance, you can delegate it. Just make sure the person delivering the message is clear about the point you're trying to convey. Step 6, when you want someone to do something, ask directly. Ask the person to do it, explain what the objective of the task is and why it's important. When you ask this way, you show consideration for the other person, make them feel important. As a result, they're generally going to do a better job for you. Step 7, document communication when appropriate. Having the facts in black and white will make sure everyone has the same understanding and that they're on the same page. This will also help establish responsibility and a timeline. By the way, email is great for documenting communication after you've spoken to someone. Step 8, communicate often. A lack of communication can lead to problems. When you don't communicate, you start to slowly grow apart from people. Also, if you aren't communicating regularly, especially during important projects, details can be missed, assumptions made, not good. Step 9, don't avoid communicating bad news. One of the biggest customer complaints is a lack of communication. Letting bad news sit can only make the situation worse. People realize things don't always go perfectly, and while they won't be happy to hear the bad news, the majority will appreciate it. Also, don't avoid bad news or issues in your personal life. Those will snowball quickly. Step 10, if you're communicating about a problem or a challenge, go into the conversation with some solutions. Also, if the situation puts you in a position where you might need to compromise, know in advance what you're looking for and how far you're willing to bend and what are you willing to accept. Step 11, don't argue with or find blame. Try to take a team approach to the people you're talking to and be on the same side of the table as those people. Give the benefit of the doubt wherever possible. Step 12, take notes when communicating if appropriate. Look, if you're given a simple task, you probably don't need to take notes. However, often communication can quickly become complex. Take good notes and read them back to make sure you understand them correctly. Step 13, act on communication as soon as possible. The facts are clearest in your brain immediately after the communication's taken place. If you wait for several days to act or even several hours, you may find that you've forgotten crucial pieces of the conversation. So those are the 13 steps. I realize those are a lot of steps to keep straight. However, not all steps will apply to every communication. So just make a list and take a glance at those before you communicate something important. By the way, I cover all these extensively in my book, Sales Encyclopedia. You can find that book on my website, CompleteSelling.com. Thanks for watching. For more information, go to CompleteSelling.com. If you like this video, do me a favor, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next video.